I'd like to tell you about a book Jake and I read called Hate List by Jennifer Brown. Jennifer Brown, author of not only Hate List but numerous other teen novels, found her passion of writing at a young age. Growing up in the Midwest gave Brown the chance to live an adventurous childhood comprising of countless games of King of the Mountain, as well as chasing bees. On top of this, moving was a large point in her youth, which made having imaginary friends a key factor in getting through the day. From these experiences, Jennifer adapted into someone with a creative mind driven by imagination. This ability allowed her to start writing her first stories in the 4th grade, which then gradually increased until about 13 years ago. With the support from her husband, she found writing was a true gift and began to pursue it. Today, she continues to write teen novels but also writes women's fiction under the name Jennifer Scott.
Makes the coming-of-age pattern present in the novel as Valerie is put into a position most teens have never felt. For a vast majority of teenage students, life is very simplistic. The occasional problem of forgetting your homework or getting acne may arouse. However, we are not pinned into a battle such as Valerie is. We have experienced the ways that Valerie has responded through the many rough times, and this is why we believe this is a coming-of-age story. Valerie, the protagonist in the story, is a very dynamic character, as she won't give up until the very end no matter what gets in her way. She changes the way in which she lives throughout the book to deal with the certain circumstances that are taking place. For example, after the main part in the story, the incident of the shooting, she must go to the school the following year with everyone thinking different of her. When she arrives, she finds that she is not entirely accepted by her old group of friends. Through the many twists and turns, Valerie finds herself spending more time with a girl named Jessica Campbell, who used to be an enemy of hers. Jessica is part of the student council, as Valerie joins as they work together to make a time capsule to remember everyone that was involved in the shooting. The author Jennifer Brown takes the reader through the many rough times that eventually work to help Valerie through everything that she had gone through. Even though the major event of the shooting influenced many of the actions that Valerie took, there were also others, including the tough relationship that she had with her father. As it was later found in the story, her father had an affair with someone that he worked with. This led to later troubles for her when her father left her family to go live with his new love. After the shooting, Valerie went often to sessions with her psychologist, Dr. Healer. He was a man who helped her through many problems and kept on pushing her to pursue the normal lifestyle she once led. As in the end of the story, this mindset worked very well, as at her graduation, she gave an extremely moving speech. Valerie recognized everyone who were victims in the shooting and spoke about how she knew that she was the girlfriend of the shooting, but how she was not aware of such a thing about to take place. As the story ended, Valerie changed and became a happy person once again, due to the changes she made to fit the rough times. Throughout the majority of the story, the main events that took place happened inside a high school by the name of Garvin High School. Inside of this high school, there were a mixture of students, as many had different interests. Some people were not accepting of others because they had different interests, as shown by Valerie and Nick. However, as the story developed and the events such as the shooting took place, it was shown that people within the places are willing to change, as Jessica became accepting of Valerie. As lots of the story unfolds inside this high school, another place where it takes place is inside of Dr. Healer's office. This was extremely important because everything that was spoken about here helped Valerie change into the person she changed into, because Dr. Healer led Valerie through the rough times. Lastly, another important place that the story took place was inside of an art studio that Valerie began doing some painting at. When Valerie began painting, she just painted everything as she saw it, and we believe this helped her to relieve and realize everything that was going on and helped her to overcome everything.
Over the course of our journey through Valerie's life after the incident, we are taken to how things were before Nick went rogue. Brown uses many literary devices, but makes the flashback most prominent. Through this, the reader is able to experience Val's life before the shooting, which helps us understand how she acted in and out of school with her friends and family. With this, we are able to gauge how many lives were severely affected due to the shooting. However, mostly how it affected Val's life. We are able to clearly see the mandatory changes in lifestyle that Valerie made. Through reading the book, we found that many passages were compelling and revealed Valerie's true character. However, we thought one was the most at the end, and that was when she was giving her speech. It went like this. I don't know if it's possible to take hate away from people, not even people like us, who've seen firsthand what hate can do. We're all hurting. We do know that it is possible to change reality. That was on page 399. This is an important passage because it shows that Val is coming to an end of her quest and understanding an important quality that most humans have. Overall, we thought Hate List was a very good book, as it was compelling. We would give it a 4.1 out of 5 paintbrushes because Valerie enjoyed painting and using art to show her emotions and how she truly felt about people.